Okay, cool. So if you'd watched my other video on this, we are unboxing another one of a board game. This is the expansion to Hero Quest. Hero Quest was recently released in Kickstarter not too long ago now. So this is this year's expansion, the Frozen Horror. And there is another expansion coming. They seem to be piling them out very, very quickly. If you do want to buy from the UK and buy board games, I guess you can use the code Zatoon5. If you buy 5 things from them, you can get some money off. Or alternatively, you can buy your games from Element Games, and you can support the channel by using the affiliate link that we have there on the Element Game website. So, this is the Frozen Horror, and this is very much the Barbarian from when I grew up in the 90s. An expansion to the Hero Quest system requires the Hero Quest game system to be played. So, from my understanding, is you cannot have the old Hero Quest from the 90s and play this. You need to have the new one. Let me just zoom in a little bit here. Okay, so what do we have here? We have the quest book containing 10 quests, 21 miniatures, Frozen Horror, the Barbarian, I guess this is a variant of the Barbarian, 12 mercenaries, 3 ice gremlins, 2 polar war bears, 2 yetis, doors, game cards, tile sheets, combat dice, movement dice. Okay, so I mean, a decent number of miniatures. Let me just see if I can get in here without damaging it. I'm really particular about stuff. I definitely don't want to damage it. Do you know what? That's not going to work. We'll try and get it here. There we go. I just love the Hero Quest logo, I guess. Everything about it. I can't wait to play this with my kids when they're a bit older. It's a very simple game if you've never played it. There's not a lot to it. But at the same time, I almost think of it as like D&D Lite. And apparently there is now a companion app, free to download. Let Zargon guide you through your adventures. So the companion app provides audio instructions, and it tracks game progress and controls enemies, and lets you manage your character. That'll be cool. Fantasy Flight have been doing that with their games like Star Wars Legion and the Lord of the Rings Journey Through Middle-earth, and it means that if you're on your own, you can still play the game. The AI will control it for you. So here's some tile sections, some rooms. These rooms look quite detailed. This actually reminds me a little bit of the Thing down here. Snowy ruins. In some ways it's a bit like Iceground from World of Warcraft actually. Traps, skull tokens. Yeah, the cards are pretty nice actually, so it gives you a little bit more cards. It comes with a 10 quest book. As mentioned, 10 quests. Each quest will show you all the positions of the monsters and the enemies that you need to play. So obviously the player doesn't see these quests. This is for the Dungeon Master, and you'll be able to go through this as a bit of a campaign, fighting new monsters, new enemies, using new tiles. It's quite cool. So they all use the main map that you got within the Hero Quest book, within the game system. And I did a video before on the channel of us unboxing Hero Quest. I think that was actually on my Blood Angels channel, but I'll put a link to it if you want to check it out. So you can see an unboxing of the main one. This guy's cool, isn't he? Bloody hell. I don't own any big miniatures like this actually, like dwarves or stuff like that, because I'm all a 40k player. I guess it's cool you don't have to make them as well, so you could just get straight onto painting him. I guess this is him on the box art. I don't think I can paint him as well as that. Actually, it might not be him on the box art. This guy's slightly different. But still, I mean, I think it is supposed to be him. He just doesn't quite have the same sort of horns on his head. But yeah, that's super cool. So that's the Frozen Horror. What we've got in here is like, these guys look basically like undead / these could easily be like some sort of night elf, dark elf. What did they call them? Mercenaries. Yeah, 12 mercenaries. You get a new character. I think this is a... I was going to say this is very much a Conan the Barbarian style character. Shield. cloak, long hair. Yeah, he looks a lot like Conan, doesn't he? So the 12 mercenaries are there. Oh, and this lifts. Aha! And then underneath, I didn't even realise that. Oh, cool, so you get another boatload of character sheets. So back when I bought the game when I was a kid, you never had this many character sheets. So this is going to let you play the game like 1,000 times. And I guess back when I was playing the game, we used to use like dot matrix printers. So you really weren't printing out more of these sheets if you needed them. So even more of them in the expansion. That's very cool. Some sort of like frozen horror door. These guys look like Yetis. Oh, don't drop them. Pretty cool looking Yeti. They remind me of the thing from Star Wars. Not the Wampa. Is it the Wampa? Yeah, I think it's the Wampa. A couple of like bears with armor. Maybe these are some sort of like bear druids. And then we get some goblins in there as well. And yeah, so I mean, like, this was about $40. So 5, 8, about 25 miniatures. So in that case, you're really only about $1 per miniature, or maybe $1.50 a miniature. So that's not bad at all for the number of miniatures you get in there. Along with the new campaign, the character sheets, the tiles. You have more of the standard HeroQuest dice. These are just variants of them. They're very simple to understand. They have basically like 3 sides, a skull, a defensive enemy skull, and then there's a shield on there as well. So when you roll the fight, you basically, skulls mean you do damage, a shield means you protect yourself, and a shield like this usually means that the enemies protect themselves. So like I said, it's very simple for like younger kids in that like you're basically looking for skulls and shields. And I think the 2d6 that you get are the movement dice. I don't know why you would need these dice again, considering you would get them in the base system, but maybe they just included some frozen horror dice that look a little bit different. There's also a pile of new cards. Sorry, forgot about the new cards. So these are likely going to be loot cards and or new spells, because you get... This pack obviously has a barbarian there, but there is wizards and magic within HeroQuest. I can't get this off. This is what happens when you file your nails compulsively and you have no nails. Okay, I still can't get it off. Let me see if I can get some of them out. There we go. Get off of here. Alright, so we've got... Yeah, look, equipment cards, treasure cards, artifact cards, dread spells. So a new type of... So every spell casting in this game is like, you can have fire spells, water spells. So I think dread spells means that's a whole new discipline of spells. So like your character might be able to take the dread spells. Yeah, and then these cards at the back are your actual... Oh, these are actually cards for what you end up fighting against. So there's your polar bear, your yetis, and here is your frozen horror. So when you have come up against him, quick reference cards so the players can see his stats as well as the DM. Overall, like this HeroQuest system, I've only played it once. I would like to play it a bit more. I have a couple of expansions now. The expansions that I've got are cool. I actually sold my Warhammer Quest to buy this because I was more invested in HeroQuest when I was young than I was in Warhammer Quest, and also I think my kids will like this when they're much younger. So, because Warhammer Quest is quite complicated. I had both. Oh, what was it called? Shadows Under Hammerhall, and the other one with the Zinj. Oh, I forget what it was called now. Cursed Tower. That was it. And those games were pretty intense and pretty difficult. And their companion app tracked your character, but their companion app never played the enemies for you. So the fact that they now have this, where it sounds like it will play the enemies for you. I'll download it at some point. Hopefully I'll get a game on the channel with Mark and Tony. I mean, that would be ultimately what we would hope for. But Frozen Horror Quest Pack, add that to your HeroQuest today. this Avalon Hill rebranding of the HeroQuest stuff is really nice. It says 14 plus, so I feel like you can probably assume it's 10 plus. But yeah, that is the new HeroQuest box set. If you have enjoyed this unboxing today, please do consider subscribing to the channel, or leave a like, or even leave us a comment, because we do a lot of content on this channel every week, and I hope you'll stick around and watch some more of our videos. You can obviously find them by clicking the channel name in the video description below. I'll see you next time. Peace.